It's blinking. Oh,
Yep,
God.
there you are.
Yeah.
All
Whoa.
faces
Is
are
that
now
scary?
Concealed glory. You know, I'm going to look like old man on the mountains by this time this thing is over. I can get to a
I was
barber
gonna
shop.
say that beard looks a little more full there, Alan.
No.
All
Tina's
right.
beard is fine, though.
No, thank you. I shaved just a minute ago.
Oh, good. Good.
All right. So we're all ready to roll?
Yes.
All right. I would like to call the school committee meeting to order. And let's start out with, no, I can't. Okay. If you would like to ask a question and joining in the comments, please raise your hand or put the chat box on the bottom and I can recognize you. And we have to make sure that the roll call is, any vote has to be done orally. So that I have to call the roll and please answer yay or nay accordingly. For the record, Donnell, Alan,
Yay.
Audrey Schoolcraft,
I'm here.
Joe Mahan, Joe McMahon. Hey, Joseph.
You need to
You're
unmute
muted.
yourself, Joe.
He was there.
Joe? We're not hearing you, Joe.
Yeah. Okay, I'm here.
Oh, okay, very good. Wendy.
I'm here.
All right, and Tina, I'm here.
Okay.
So we are all in attendance. And are there any members of the public that are remotely attending the public proceedings
No,
at this time?
no.
No, according to what's on the
Randa.
participants.
Yes, Randa is here.
Randa
And Jordana, right?
And Jordana.
and Jordana.
What's
I guess those
Jordana's
two
last name?
residents.
Reese.
Alrighty, so we have two. You got that, Alan?
What's Joan Dana's last name?
Reese, R-E-E-S.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I should know that after all these months.
Alrighty, so all of that's taken care of. So shall we stand and pledge allegiance to the flag?
Okay.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the
to the
flag
flag
of the United
of the
States
United States of America and
And
to the republic
which it
which
stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty
and
and justice for all. There. Okay. Are there any agenda adjustments that we need to make tonight?
Not that I'm aware of.
None that I'm aware of. Kirsten?
I'm not aware of any.
Okay. Anybody else? Any board members?
No.
All right, then we will proceed as follows. I hope you've all had a chance to read the minutes of the March meeting. And I will take a motion to accept those. If you're ready.
I move that we accept the minutes of our last meeting.
Second.
Who seconded that?
Go, Peter.
Okay.
Either one.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the March 31st minutes of the meeting. Donnell? Yay or nay?
Yay.
Audrey?
Yay.
Joe?
Yay.
Wendy?
Yes.
And Tina is a yay.
Okay.
So
I'm recording
school-
these in the agenda in the boxes that we have online, by the way.
Okay. I was going to mark them on my sheet, but you're doing it, Kristen?
Yes.
So we're all set? Okay.
Yep.
So it's been moved and seconded and accepted that the minutes were fine. Public comments on agenda items. Going once, going twice. All righty. Guess we don't have any public comments. Now, do we have the presentation by the
Yes.
PK virtual machine?
So,
It's all
Jordana,
yours, Jordana.
feel free to share your screen and
Right.
take over.
How you doing?
move this box. Okay, there we go. All right, so can everybody see this?
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of a little bit of a lengthy presentation, but I'll try and keep it as short as possible. But I just wanted to create a presentation about what we have been doing in pre-K so far. So here's a little rundown of that. So our curriculum that we use in the classroom is Pre-K for Maine, and it's adapted from our Boston Public Schools, the Boston Public Schools curriculum. And it's in its second year of being implemented into schools, and it's just a really well-rounded curriculum that builds on social emotional language, literacy, math, and science skills. And it's play-based, and because as we know, early childhood children learn through hands-on experiences, and it's aligned with the Maine Early Learning Guidelines, which we use in assessment with TS Gold. So there's 6 units and they're 5 weeks long, but the first month of school, we're really just establishing routines, expectations, and just getting to know and building relationships with each other. And then we move into these 6 units. So the first unit is our family unit, which we went through, and some of the things we learned were exploring concepts of families, roles and responsibilities of family members, letter sounds, using inquiry to solve problems, and thinking from a different perspective. So here are some of the kids taking care of babies as part of our family unit. And another child is doing letter and name recognition. And everything is built upon linking to core text. So there's a lot of, it's very heavy on literacy and language. And so our unit 2 is friends, where we learned how to explore concepts of friendship, resolving conflicts, and building upon problem-solving skills. We learned the importance of being who you are, providing opportunities for children to play, as this is how they primarily develop relationships, identifying their feelings and other peers' feelings as well, and identifying rhyming words, beginning letter sounds and sounds, and then developing writing skills. So our little friend up in the top corner is actually using an emotions chart to point to how she's feeling and label that. So we made piggy banks as one of our activities and sorted objects by color and size. Oh, and then this is a little video. We have this time in our day called Songs and Games, where we do a lot of literacy and language. We recite poems, songs, finger plays, math games, and such. So we did this poem a couple times, and then the children really just took to it. So. They're so cute.
They're priceless.
Then unit 3 was our wind and water unit, and we studied weather and did some nonfiction writing, explored the changes of weather and its impact on the environment, people, and animals, and then continued developing rhyming, letter sound correspondence, vocab, and story comprehension. So we tested absorbency of objects with some of the activities that we did, and melted ice with water and salt, and experimented with that. And then this is our last unit that we actually got to before we went to remote learning, which is the world of color. And they explored colors of the world, learned that color communicates information and ideas. They did color mixing, and so they did a lot of tinting and shading, learned about permanent and temporary colors, and then color names can be inspired by objects, emotions, or experiences. And then they explored the concepts of same, different, and diversity. So
I bet that was interesting with them mixing colors.
Oh, that was probably the funnest time we had. And we got some pictures of it.
Yes, right into it.
Yeah, here they are. So they just got to go to town, scooping paint into their own cups, mixing it, and then they took it over to the writing center and got to just name their paint however they felt. So we had cement. I think one child named their paint. They're naming theirs Gray Peach and Green Jungle. Very creative. There's some cool stuff happening. And then we did collaborative painting. We made a mural to go in our dramatic play area. And our other areas, or I guess other parts of our day, center time, which is what all those activities we're out of, is 60 minutes. And then the rest of our day is filled in with other little blocks like thinking and feedback, where a child shares work that they have done during center time and their peers give suggestions and they ask questions about their work. And that's a really, actually, we weren't sure about it at first, but they really liked it and we're so excited to share each time. Then there's small group lessons where we have 2 groups with each have a teacher, and we're doing more structured activities like creating animals out of clay, doing math games. And then another group is working independently on an activity they've already been exposed to. Then we have a whole group where we learn about a specific topic or do science experiments or math games. And then we also have the Learning Without Tears curriculum to aid in their development of handwriting and letter recognition. And we do that each day. So here we just had one major assessment period where most children were consistently writing their first name. 7 out of those 11 children can successfully identify 18 plus uppercase letters, and then more than half of the children can identify numbers 1 through 10, recognize a rhyme, and identify and extend a pattern. So here's just some of their writing samples that's on there. And then here we are, distance learning in 2020. So we're using a private Facebook group, our Google Drive on the school website, and then printed packets to help the children retain the skills that they've learned in school. And we're making videos of books, songs, activities, and doing the letter learning with them. And so here we have some kids doing, made a bird feeder, which is one of our activities. And the other little girl is doing something her mom just set up for her. So we've had some parents really taking initiative with that. And then the last little boy is working in his handwriting book that we sent home to all the kids. So that's, I guess, pre-K in the very quick nutshell of what we've been doing and up to this year. And I think I have like a little video scanning the classroom so you could see just the inside of it, how we changed it, moved it around as the year progressed, and we figured out what works, what didn't work.
That's wonderful.
That's it, yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've learned this year?
Biggest thing I've learned. Oh boy.
That's all right.
There's so much that I've learned. I think, but just being flexible with everything, and just if something doesn't work, changing it and keep going. And that's, I guess, really important. So that's reinstilled in me, I guess.
Wonderful. Yeah. You're doing a wonderful job, hon. You really are.
Yep. I can attest to the fact that Mrs. Bennett is going to be super happy this fall.
I'm excited, yeah. See what they do in there.
It will be amazing the difference between those that have been to preschool and those who haven't.
Yeah.
You're going to remember for the rest of your life that your first year of teaching was like turned into a 90-degree angle. And, you know, because you probably think it's normal, but certainly isn't.
No, I mean, I've never expected to teach remotely pre-K. I think that,
that is a challenge.
Yeah.
But you think deep down when you go through this experience, you know, we're learning, you know, and do you think there's going to be some positives that'll come out of this whole experience as far as parent engagement? Because at your age level, you have to engage with those parents because it's real hard to do any kind of Google or Facebook thing without them, correct?
Oh yeah, yep. And luckily the parents with this group of kids right now is so responsive, and they are willing to, you know, put in work and do activities, and they're showing me activities that they're doing at home that I didn't even put out to them. They're really doing a great job.
Wow.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jordana.
Jordana, fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you. That was great.
And I've added the link to her presentation to our agenda.
Yeah, that could fit into our like our COVID thing we're trying to create
Right.
in our heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Presentation, bragging, you know, it's all good.
You do realize that what we went out on a Friday, right?
Our last day was a Friday, yes.
Friday. The staff was in Monday and Tuesday.
Correct.
Wednesday, they started distance learning, correct?
Some. We gave them
Some.
till the next Monday to get prepared.
Right.
Okay. But you know, there are some school systems that are still not there yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the
If-
truth.
If
Yeah.
you think about it a little bit, the technology over the last 3 years has changed so much. 3 years ago, you just couldn't do what you're doing.
Right.
3
Correct.
years ago would have been a nightmare.
Yep.
You know.
There was a piece on the news that a lot of parts of Maine don't have the internet access. So we're lucky here.
Correct.
We are.
Correct.
Well, we stayed on top of it.
Mhm.
But I think the staff and the administration need to be commended over and over again on the job that you've done of getting things together, implementing it, and staying on top of it. And especially the kitchen staff. They are working beyond all expectation because I don't know if everybody knows or not, but we're serving the kids 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That is a big undertaking for those folks. I know I went down and helped last week.
Mhm.
I can count to 13 quite well now. I counted eggs, celery, carrots, whatever. But anyway, everybody needs a pat on the back to make this thing work. We need to somehow celebrate that in some fantastic way somewhere down the line.
Tina, I keep coming back to that too. I don't know when, but like all these parents that Jordan is building a relationship with, I think it would be awesome if they could, you know, I want to take everybody out to dinner, you know what I mean? Or,
Right?
you know, and say
How about
thank
that?
you. But we have to take advantage of this, and somehow do like I keep coming back to some big celebration where we have a lot of, you know, videos and talking and thank yous and, you know, but it has to happen.
Yeah.
Like a big
Mark?
cookout.
Yeah.
You might want to, the governor just announced reopening schedule over the next couple of months or so. So there's
Yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Mhm.
Take a look
There
at
is-
what Bill has to say.
I read it real briefly before the operations meeting. The problem we're going to talk about it when I do my report, but summer school's worrying me,
Mhm.
you know, because there's a lot of people that are tired of the distance learning. And right now it's going to be a creative challenge. Have you started to see any kind of decline in parent engagement, Jordana?
A little bit, actually. I mean, I think they're still doing work at home, but as far as the daily communication with me has lessened, but I can see when they view a video or something like that. So I know
Yep.
that they're still reaching and getting the content, but they aren't emailing me or like reaching out as much as they were in the beginning.
You think that's because they're more comfortable with what they're doing? Or it's monotonous to be in touch with the teacher on every step?
I think a little bit of both. I think they were already a pretty comfortable group anyways, but I think as they build a routine,
Yep.
they, don't reach out as much.
Yep.
And also it's a lot. So who knows how family situations change.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. It'll be interesting. Somehow to be able, and I hate a survey, but maybe it's going to be that, to gather what the parents felt through all of this. So we could
You
put
should
that
mention
together.
that, Tina.
What?
I said, funny you should mention that.
Okay, go ahead. What did I do or what didn't I do?
You just stepped on Kirsten's report. That's what you did.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up. There we go. I'll wait for you, Kirsten.
So we talked, I don't know, did we talk about this as a school committee? Maybe not, but Spice did. And we talked about having, perhaps doing a barbecue type of thing before school began this year, next year, and having families come and bring food or whatever. We didn't iron out the specifics, but my daughter-in-law in Vermont, they have a big, meal, like a big barbecue before school starts, just for all the parents and the teachers to get together. And maybe we could come up with something like that before the beginning of school.
Let's wait for Kirsten to report. She's got
Oh, okay.
something to tell us.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, I started out.
Well, there are so many ideas
Oh, good.
and plans, and
It's your turn anyway. Go ahead.
okay, all right.
There you
Well,
go.
so I guess I'll start with yesterday and today we sent home student belongings and a week's worth of student work. That went home yesterday and today. We're gonna send home more work next week. The teachers came in, cleaned up, organized, bagged up everything that belonged to the kids. We had a parent meeting last night, and Mark and I had a conversation. How many people do we think are really going to come? With I said I'll be surprised if we get 10, and we got 14. So I was pretty happy with 14. And they shared their concerns, they shared their comments, they shared suggestions, requests. Generally, everybody agreed that we're all working really hard and doing our best to work together, and we're learning as we go. We have also sent home a survey that was sent home the Friday before vacation electronically, and I sent out reminders this past Friday as well as Sunday electronically, email, phone calls, texts, to remind them to take the survey, to sign up to come in and get their kids' belongings. So when I last checked it, I think we were around 30 responses for our survey, knowing that some of those are siblings. So we're pretty good as far as getting a good number of our families and a fair representation, I think. That being said, we also took a much needed break last week, and we're getting back into the swing of things. I just today received, and yesterday, a whole bunch of invitation to Zoom meetings for virtual lessons with our kids. And now we start we're starting along with planning for the rest of the school year, what are we going to possibly do for summer school? What are we going to be doing to make sure that we reopen safely and effectively in the fall? And what is that going to look like? How do we support our kids as they re-enter after having been out of school for 5.5 months, which has never happened before? And getting a good picture of where they are academically and emotionally, and supporting everybody, including us, because this will be a new experience for us. So one of the things that we have learned, I know Mark and I have experienced this basically since day one of this whole thing, is we have a plan A and a B and a C and a D, because we make these great plans and then something changes. So we have to have backup plans. In case you were not aware, next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. Normally our PTC does wonderful things for us, but we're not at school, so it's really kind of hard. So they're going to be doing something for us, but it probably won't be until June, when things have lifted a little bit more, and maybe we have our end of the year celebrations where the teachers at least will be in the building. And finally, and I will share this as soon as it is done, I got to see the first draft of the We'll Be There For You video. Ashley Russo, our pre-K Ed Tech wrote the words and did the solo for it. And a couple of us also sang, so you'll hear multiple voices in there. And the theme song from Friends is the music that we use, and she wrote all the words, and it is great. And the staff put together signs, little video clips. Avery's been pulling it all together for us, and he's finalizing it, so we should have it by the end of this week. And we'll send that out electronically to everybody, put it on our website, share it with you. I'm pretty excited about it, so.
That's great.
That's great. Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yep. So that's
The
what I have.
talent. Go ahead. Who's
Anybody have any questions
something
for
to
me?
say?
No, I was going to say, Jordan, you can log out if you want to. You can stay if you want to. That's up to you.
Geez, I'm out of here.
I
Thank
know
you,
it's embarrassing,
Jordana.
like to
Don't
leave,
blame
but
you.
no one will hold,
Ventilating.
no one will hold you accountable.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for letting me share about pre-K with you guys.
Thank you.
my dear.
Great job.
Really
Yeah,
nice
thank
job.
you.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
Yep. Okay, so am I
You're
up?
up. You're up.
I was just rereading Janet Mills' orders to get this straight. June 1st, she's allowing groups of meeting of 50 people or so. You know, I'm keeping it open that we can try to get some people together in smaller groups than 50, maybe have 3 different days. Because what Jordana said, I think there's an opportunity. We've got to capitalize it. And if we wait till the beginning of school next fall, right, I think we're going to miss an opportunity. But Chris is here, so I got to be careful what I say, right? And I've been super optimistic about this all along. But if restaurants are open and you can have groups of 50 or more, you know, I think I'm not giving up on that. Okay, so update on school closures. Well, there's not much more to tell you, except that right now, everybody's going to be, you know, basically done for the year. However, that doesn't mean there's a lot of discussion right now about having the last day of school, last day of distance learning, different from the last day of school, because to try to build in some professional development days, and again, take advantage of the initiatives that are coming down the pike and what we learned, opportunities for us to get together and for whatever reason, and do some professional development training. It's all over the place. We do not have to follow 61 on this because we're not running buses anymore. But I'm hearing a lot of people, June 15th is our last business day. We know that. But maybe you stop distance learning a little earlier. And that's something that I'm having another meeting tomorrow. We're going to talk about, and then that's a meeting we have to talk to the teachers, the unions. How's that going to look? How's it going to work? How do we buy some professional development days? Second was a report from the superintendent's meetings. Again, I hate to say this, but we haven't met last week, and we're meeting tomorrow at noon, so I might have more then, but everybody was waiting for this Governor Mills report to come out. So, you know, we're not sure how that's going to react. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too optimistic with the June thing, but that's what I want to do. And I'll let you know anything on the email if there's anything that comes out new. I've just been scanning this, but that's the way it goes. Special education update with Gorham. We had talked earlier about working more closely with Gorham and talked about transportation, special ed, maybe even some business services. We had another very positive meeting with them this week, but the reality is a lot of that's going to be on hold for a year because no one's really had a chance to process and explore what we could do together. It's not dead. We had a wonderful meeting. We are scheduling some visitations for our special ed kids, some of our K and pre-K kids for next year, where again, they have the capacity, they have the specialized program. And I think in the long run, the benefit of us and the students, we are going to continue that. It's just not going to be a big push for next year. It's going to be on the back burner. We're going to start with SPED. We're going to start with engaging kids, see how it works, and we'll take it from there. But I wanted to follow up because that was real important. Yes.
Yeah. Mark, I'd like to be able to go down at some point and visit the programs, if that's possible.
Sure.
Anybody else on the committee? But
No
I'm
problem.
just curious as to what's happening.
Great idea. Let me write that down. Unfortunately, there's, all you're going to look at is brick
Yeah.
and mortar right now because nothing's
Right.
running. But we'll see. That's
Yeah.
only, even if it gets to that point, if we would have gone much further with this, then I think the proper thing to do would be establish a committee with some, different people and say, okay, what would a common transportation network look like? What would a special ed department that was supervised by Gorham? And, those are all things that were in the planning process. I'm just telling you right now, other than engaging kids, which is a great start, the whole big change is put on hold for a year.
Yep. Okay.
Just a few heads up. I volunteered you guys for art judging. If anybody wants to do that, I know Wendy's going to do it for sure because we're going to force her. And,
Okay.
Thanks for
Okay.
volunteering, Wendy.
I think as part of just, getting more eyeballs on our artwork, I did volunteer you guys, and I should tell you if I'm going to do that, but it came up in a conversation and I committed. So if anybody's available, we all did it last year, remember?
Yep.
And so it's fun. So we're going to be doing that. I'll be getting back to you on that.
Do you know what it is yet, Mark?
No. Do you, Kirsten?
Hold on, I believe,
It's a while.
yeah. I feel like we went, oh, it was during the week. Hold on. It was in the middle of the day. It may be, I don't have that clearly written out.
That's okay.
I think
We'll
it may
get
be
it
on
to you
a private
guys. It's
calendar.
just a small thing.
Okay.
Is this art they're doing at home, Mark?
Brenda's organizing like an art show. This is stuff they're going to do at home and stuff. It might even be like 2 sections, at home stuff and stuff that was done before they left for the school year.
Right. Yeah, she's
But,
taken pictures of all the work that is hanging around the school, of all the things that were already done. And then she's asked kids to submit work either from assignments that she's put out there for kids to do now during this remote learning, or that they have done on their own. And they're submitting pictures to her, and she's compiling them all into a virtual online slideshow.
Right. It's going to be fun.
okay, the next thing on my list is I got COVID song. Kirsten talked about it. Promo ideas. We're wide open. We're doing, not bragging, I think we're all doing great things from the board down to the teachers to the parents. I think there's an opportunity there to put stuff together, the videos. I love Jordana's little presentation she just made, but that's something that can be included, just do something, some kind of outreach program. And then parent outreach. I'm just maybe repeat a little bit, but Kirsten and I during vacation were thinking, my God, and it was great. We sent the email, we followed up with a communications online. We used our Alert Now. We did an open Zoom meeting that was, I get the message to you guys very late. I had honestly forgot to invite you, but I think there was 17 people, Kirsten, I think you just said.
Yeah, I think it was actually 14 community members, and then we had 2 staff members plus you and I, so 4 staff members.
So it was just a good open, and we have notes from that. And it was just a good open discussion. They came up with some ideas. Some of the ideas they came up with, they liked the idea of the Zoom one-on-one with their kids. They liked the fact of, for us getting back and, you know, they were very concerned with the step up stuff. And I'm concerned with that too. And so is Kirsten. I think we all are, especially for the 5th graders. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we promised that we would be doing a distinct, it's scary for kids in 5th grade in Sebago to go to a different school, bigger school, bus, the whole bit. So we're definitely going to do that. But
Yep,
Kirsten,
I have
we all-
a meeting tomorrow with the middle school principal about that.
yeah. And so we're going to do our best. But even like, you know, Jordana reconnecting with her kids, I think there's something that has to be done along those lines also. Budget timeline. I think I sent you the new budget timeline today.
Right.
And it's, right now, we're just getting the warrant. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it, but we're trying like heck to get all the warrants to Michelle by the 5th so that the selectmen can sign the warrants on May 5th. It's not the end of the world because they're going to have, the warrants only have to be posted 7 days before the budget hearing. And the budget hearing is June 23rd. And the budget validation thing on that paper is in July, I think 14th. But, you know, we're going to get the warrants to them. We're going to get it posted. And, you know, we're in the process and it's gone well. And I want to thank Audrey and Joe for helping me on that. It seemed to go pretty well. There was some concerns about, you know, we were going up in the time where the other members of the community and the other departments were asked to go down. Just keep in mind that last year we asked for nothing. So there was a lot of opportunity for them to redistribute funds that way. I don't think there'd be any problem if it wasn't for this COVID thing affecting people's ability and sensitivity to tax increases in a tough time. Let's face it, we're in a tough time. And I will definitely keep that in mind for next year and we'll do the best we can, but we always do.
Mark, do you want me to draft a warrant like I did last time for you and Kathy?
I don't get it, Alan. What?
Oh, remember I drafted the warrant for you guys to review that was used at the town meeting for the school budget?
Nope. We're going to go lawyer this year.
Okay, that's fine.
Make sure our number's right because I'm never repeating that mistake again. It had
Okay.
nothing to do with me. It was nothing to do. It was all on me, not you, Alan. But no, we're going through, Mark. We're taking our time. That's why it might not be ready for the 5th because I'm not making another mistake. But the budget's good. I mean, the budget is what it is. You know, everybody thinks we're saving tons and tons of money. We are saving some, but we're still paying everybody. We still have our special education out of district. There's issues that come up and down, but, you know, we're going to be okay.
Mark, how's the oil situation? You said you were gonna...
The oil line's beautiful because the price of oil is way down.
Yeah.
I just talked to the operations meeting at 4. We're able to do long-term oil purchases starting May 1st. So I'm going to jump all over that because I'm looking at oil futures right now, and I think we can get a great price. Right now, the goal is to have our tanks empty and then fill them as soon as we can, but that's not a big thing. Like I used to have a 12,000 gallon tank in Fort. That made a difference. The size of our tanks, it's not huge money, but I'm going to lock in the oil as soon as I possibly can.
I mean, like you said, you wanted the tanks empty. We're still having to heat the school. But is it cooler than normal? So we're saving oil, or?
It's Kirsten, help me. My thing is, right, once April 15th comes, and I had a lot of teachers mad at me in Aroostook County, the oil's off. You know what I mean? And because nothing's going to freeze, but in Aroostook, you know, sometimes you have to adjust that when cold weather comes, but we've got to compromise with June. She's doing the setbacks for unoccupied. And it's amazing how little oil we're burning. The place we're really saving money is gas on the school buses.
Oh, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah.
Don't say that too loudly.
I was able to negotiate some you know, like I was able to negotiate NWA. We saved about $700 on that because we never got to use it the second year, right? So I'm exploring those possibilities.
What's the NWA, Mark?
Northwest Education Association.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
that
Okay.
test we use.
Yep.
But I got a call into MSMA and I said, how about a rebate on our bus insurance? Because we haven't been running these buses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as a matter of fact, she's calling me back tomorrow. And I hate to take the insurance off them in case we need them, but we don't have that many. But anyways, I'm looking to get some money back wherever I can.
There we go, Mark.
I'm super cheap like that. And,
Good job.
And I'm haunted that we're still paying maximum special ed, but I need to let that lie. We have applied for some equipment. Joe, you'll love this. You know, we've done really hard on getting ourselves E-rate money, and you know, we're almost one-on-one. Then all of a sudden COVID comes, and Kirsten's the one that first spotted it. All of a sudden we have an unbelievable opportunity to get equipment, right? Well, trust me, we're going to get every bit of equipment we possibly can, right? But it's really hard when they ask you questions like, how many students do you have and how many computers you have? But we're going to squeeze that for all we can. That's happening. As a matter of fact, they should be delivered this week, right?
I think so. That's what I'm
Yep.
hoping.
What are we getting
if we actually
delivered?
Get something.
And then the other thing is the money that's coming around for this COVID education fund, they keep saying it's coming. I'm anxious to do the meeting tomorrow to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I've been looking pretty hard. So there might be some opportunities there for some cost reimbursement. And, you know, I don't know because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm all over that. And federal money for education, that was the next thing, item I. And the other thing I wanted to say is, you know, I'm an IXL guy. I brought it to our district. I believe it's pretty good. People like Randa and everybody, every single teacher is on the max curve for IXL usage. IXL is the one that going home and the kids can work on problems in math. And we just passed, and this was a week and a half ago, we had just passed 1,200 hours.
Wow.
Right? So with 100 kids, that's like 12 hours average per kid. And, you know, so we're exploring that too.
That's really great though, isn't it?
It is.
1,200 hours?
It's fantastic. And it's triple what we used last year, but it's also a big piece available for parents. And we asked parents yesterday how that went. And all our softwares, and that's partly Avery too, right?
Right.
But all our software is working good. Because if these parents, you know, if they went to IXL and it didn't work perfect, they would dump it fast.
Right.
But IXL, RAS, I want to say Blooms, but that's not the one. But, you know, everything that we're offering is working, and that's a very, very key. Well, last thing, I think I had something else. I guess not, I lost it. Oh, we are doing special education director interviews. But we're still kind of open about which direction we're going to go on that, but we'll see. I'll bring you up to light on that when I have more information.
Righty.
Any questions for me?
I guess not.
We're all good. Action item 9.
All right. I believe in the packet that Kathy sent home, we had the appointments for probationary teachers for the school year of 2021. And it's the second and third year probationary teachers. You want me to read the list, or do you have your list in front of you?
Tina, I just want to mention that you could do all 3 at once by making a motion, unless there was individuals, then that's fine. I'm not rushing you. But you can a motion to reappoint probationary, educational technicians, and non-teaching employees if you want. And if you went that way, the last name on the additional duty positions, the last name on appointments for non-teaching employees
Mhm.
was Laura Magnuson, supervising librarian, and she will not be with us next year. She is no longer certified. So just wanted to let you know that.
So she cross her off?
Cross her off for sure, because she's not certified for
Okay.
librarian assistant.
So we don't have a supervising librarian.
Just found out like 2 days ago now.
Okay,
But we're
That's
all
too
set
bad.
for this year because she did certify us for this year.
yeah. All right. How about if we take, there were 4 pages. Kathy sent us the last one involving the bus drivers, the custodians, food service. All right, I guess I'm looking for a motion to reappoint all of the teaching and support personnel. Let's do it that way. Teaching and support personnel for the next school year that we already have. How do I want to say it? A motion to reappoint those individuals who are currently employed by the department in the teaching and support staff positions.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I get a second on that?
I'll second it.
All right. It's been moved and seconded to reappoint the presently employed staff for the teaching and support staff positions at the Sebago School Department.
So
All
A
those
and
in
B.
As of April 28th, 2020.
Correct.
All right. Let's call the roll then. Donnell,
Yay.
Audrey,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Tina. Yes. I'm waiting for Tina to answer. Okay.
That was awesome.
I'm,
I love it.
I'm a little left to center, you know? Now I need the motion to recommend
Take
staff.
that in the next room. Take it in the next room.
I think I can put
Somebody
this
can
all into
mute.
one. Okay, I'd like to have a motion to reappoint the following non-teaching positions. Now that would include that would include the nurse, right, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your name?
So,
Kirsten. Yes,
yes,
that's what I'm trying to get to.
yes.
No, that still doesn't, because ESL teacher, Avery. Okay.
This is the list that Kathy had sent us an email, right? The separate list?
If you're heading to South Florida.
Yeah, well, I've still got the page 3.
Just so you know.
Staff positions and non-teaching employees. Okay,
No big deal. I don't know.
Like that-
Non-teaching employees would be like Esther in the kitchen,
yeah, all
our
right.
bus drivers.
All right, I would like to have a motion to reappoint staff positions and non-teaching, and the reappointment of non-teaching employees for the 2021 school year.
Joe did move. Okay.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to recommend the reappointment of staff positions and the non-teaching employees positions for the 2021 school year. Taking a roll. Donnell,
Yay.
Audrey,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Tina, yes. I answered it. It's done. All righty, so that's been taken care of. Now, on to the policies for the first read. We took out which one? Immunization, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would like a motion to accept as a first read all of the policies so stated on our agenda with 10 omitted. Number 10 omitted.
So moved.
Alrighty. Anybody second that?
Seconded.
I'll second it.
All right, been moved and seconded to accept as the first reading all of the policies on our agenda except for number 10, which will be taken up at a later date. Donnell,
Yay.
Audrey,
Yes.
Joe,
Yay.
Wendy,
Yes.
Tina, yes. Okay. Now, the next thing is discussion items of the school committee goals. What did I do with those? Here we go. Okay, I sent those out to everybody. I hope you got them. Looking at the school committee goals, a correction under communication and collaboration. Under the second bullet, it should be involved, should be present tense and not past tense. Okay. And I don't know, let's see what you like. Which of the text boxes do you like best for Donnell's poem? You like the one on the mission, vision, value statements, or the one on the school committee goals?
I don't know what, explain that. I don't have it in front of me, so I would have to.
Oh,
Kirsten, do you have it so you
Yeah.
can share your screen?
Sure,
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to, I
oh,
can't.
okay, I'm sorry.
that's
It's
okay.
okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
So-
right there.
This version or this version.
And that's got a shadow on it, but you can't see it.
What's the difference?
This one doesn't have an outline. It's written, it's more centered.
I like the outline.
And then this one is in like a box format.
I like the outline.
I do too, and I think that you need, yeah, I do too. I had suggested, I don't know if this makes sense or not, is to, maybe we could get Brenda to do a little illustration
Mm-hmm.
for
I think
that,
that's
but I
great.
don't know if it would go there. Maybe we would have it somewhere else, like in the handbook, or, I don't know.
I just think that point, I'd want to put Donnell's name in here. That's
Yes,
'cause
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah, give Janelle, you know,
And the other
recognition.
thing is, it was a suggestion that instead of creates, to change it to creating, it's like it's the present tense.
Mhm.
It's happening, and nurture the soul, creating lifelong learners in Sebago.
Okay.
I don't know, but then, well, Danelle, how do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
that's what I'm waiting
Because
for.
because it does,
Um,
you add another syllable there, and maybe that's too much.
Can somebody read it for me? Because I don't have, I can't read the screen. It's too small.
You ready?
So,
Yeah.
so it was
Plant-
written as plant the seeds, help them grow, teach the mind, and nurture the soul. Creates lifelong learners in Sebago. And I was wondering if we could have it be with an ing on all of our verbs. So it,
However, the majority want it, that's fine with me.
so if we, and then the other possibility, this was my suggestion, just for the present tense of more, to me felt more actioning.
Right.
Action, like planting the seeds, helping them grow, teaching the mind, and nurturing the soul, creating life learners in Sebago.
You can
I
go
like
either
that.
way.
Yeah, I like
If
that.
you're gonna go with creating, then I would add the ing to the rest of the verbs
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
to stay
Okay.
in the same tense.
Right.
Yeah.
It just seems more like it's really happening right now
Right.
by putting the ing on it. I don't know. It makes a difference.
Yeah, it's like an action. I think that I like that too.
And
If that's-
it flows better when you're staying all in the same tense.
Right. Yeah.
When you're
Right.
talking about poetry, yeah.
Absolutely. How do you feel about that, Danelle? This is your creation.
Right.
Oh, I just threw that, like I said, a couple months back, I had something percolating in my brain, and that's what I came up with, and I figured we'd all discuss it and tweak it so that it sounded the way we all wanted it to sound.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
do
I
like.
can come up with limericks, let me tell you. So
Well, I like it a lot. I like the ing, I think.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So I will change
It's
it.
an action, which is, I think, a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes. We are actively teaching our students
Right.
right now.
Yep. Now, when I get this sort of in, okay, the next one is the, well, no, let's handle this. Where should I send this? Should I send it to Kathy? So that this goes in our manuals, or where does it go?
It does go in your manual.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll correct that and send it to you, Kathy?
Yep.
Okay.
And we can get, I mean, obviously we'll put this on the website, but our little, our poem,
Yeah.
we can figure out a way to get that on there too,
On the website?
so that it's like it's always there.
Yeah.
on
That
the-
would be
on the
nice.
page.
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
easy to remember. Mark said long ago, have something that is short to the point that it's easy to remember. And I think this, like you say, being on the website, it's easily remembered.
Yeah.
And do you want to see if Brenda could do a little illustration or something? Or
Sure.
I don't want to ask her to do something that we wouldn't necessarily want to use, but I mean, would you like that? I think it might be kind of nice to have
Have to go in the handbook, the student handbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So do you want me to ask her, or Kirsten, do you want to ask her?
I'll ask her. Yep.
Okay. Okay, you do that. I'll let you do it.
She's
It could be
very
in the
talented.
background. This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kathy, I'll fix it up and send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
And then we also have, I should have put this under adjustments, I guess. Sebago mission, vision, and value statements.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got those, Kirsten?
Let's see. Go down. Can you scroll it?
There we go.
Oh, yep.
How's
Okay.
that?
Yep.
On
Are you
the,
able to read that?
Yep.
I was wondering if under the members on the last line should be a S on it.
Oh, what did I do? Geez, I'm cool. Could you scroll that up just a little bit?
Oh,
Kirsten,
oh, I
please?
see it.
Whoa, there
Yeah.
we go.
Compassionate members of society.
Yep.
Of our society.
How about our community?
I like that.
Yep,
It's more personal
right,
instead of society is so general.
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
Because like under values, it's a community-inspired school.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
Yep,
So members of our community.
yep.
Okay, anything else on there? You want me to square them away and drew them straight? I just got tired of looking at pages that was straight. I hate repetition. Drives me nuts.
I like it askew like that. I think
Well,
that's
it's,
good.
Something.
Do we have to vote on it, or is this something that because we've worked on it as a group, it's good?
I think we've all worked on it. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I like it. I think it's great. I'm really happy with it all, aren't you?
Yeah,
This
I
is
feel
a
good about it.
milestone. We've been working on this for a long time.
Yeah,
Since when? 2018?
that's about it.
Okay, so Kathy, I'll make the changes on that and send it to you.
Okay.
All righty.
Want to make a motion to approve it as a first and second reading, and then you'll have it all set?
Oh, all right. Could I please have a motion as the first and second reading on the mission, vision, and value statements and school committee goals?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All right, all in favor? Donnell,
Yay.
Audrey,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Tina, are you there? Yes. Okay.
There, then you'll be all set.
Okay, unanimously approved. Phew. Public comments on non-agenda items.
I have an interesting thing that I found today. My house is getting very organized. And yeah.
My cupboards are all
And
clean.
I went through a box and I came up with, Kirsten and Mark, you'll appreciate this. That COVID story that you were going to have all the kids fill out
Yeah.
as
Yes.
kind of a remembrance of going through this time.
Yep.
My mother used to teach an All About Me segment every year in 3rd grade, and I found my All About Me booklet today. I still have it.
Yours?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And a lot of the things in it are very similar to what I read on the template that you guys found. So that was kind of neat.
Wow, that's neat. That's
I
great.
like the idea.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
so
thought-
it's a great idea to have something for them to do and keep
Right.
forever.
You know what I thought you were going to say? And I thought I was going to say, it wasn't fair to your mother that she had, you had a booklet, your mother had questions about when it was the 1917-18 epidemic. I was going to say, fine out loud, she's not that old. Okay, I just wanted to stand up for her, that's all. All right, thanks for sharing that, Donnell.
You're welcome.
Okay, future meetings. We have a policy meeting on May 26th, 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
School committee, 26th at 6:30. I guess that's it, right?
And looking forward to June. Town meeting is coming up.
Okay, maybe you want to put that on there?
Not on these, I'll stick them on the minutes, but we've got town meeting coming up on the 23rd, am I right, Mark?
23rd is correct.
June,
And
right?
that's also the fourth Tuesday. Do you want to do like we did last year where we had the school committee meet in advance of the town meeting?
I think that's a great idea, if you guys are good with that. Because remember, the town is first. Last year, we
Yeah.
made it in plenty of time. But if we keep our meeting from 6, we could talk about starting at 6. And then, but if we were at the town hall by 7:30, I see no danger of being late. Does anybody?
The other option, Mark, would be
I don't
to meet at the town offices.
Are we going to be meeting in public at that time?
Well, I don't know. And I don't think Michelle knows.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think that, yeah.
Michelle said, well, according to Governor Mills, right, that's June.
Yeah.
And as far as June goes, you're allowed to meet up to 50 people.
Wow. You know, I'm going to say something.
Don't,
Um,
Wendy. Wendy, don't. You and I, oh my God.
Would you like me to mute myself?
No, I'm
No,
kidding
no,
you.
no, no. Out
I
with it.
just have a hunch we're going to be on different ends on this.
We might. Grosvenor would like me to mute, but I'm just kidding. I feel like we should wait and see. Our stance is to err on the side of caution for a lot of reasons. My mother is living with us off and on during this time, and we, regardless of what Governor Mills does or whatever, I think we're still going to make our own personal choices. And so I think that perhaps we could leave it until later to make those decisions. I don't know how anybody else feels, but we're going to be super duper careful.
I have an 85-year-old mother, and I'm the only human she's had contact with. Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Getting your own health there now.
I like the first part, wait and see.
Yeah, let's wait and see. Err on the side of caution is my motto.
We'll talk about it again at the May meeting, the virtual May meeting, and see what happens.
May meeting is virtual, absolutely 100%.
Okay.
So did we decide we like Zoom better than the Google?
I do.
Mhm.
I'm nodding my head.
I see the right tire wiggling.
Right. Just blink the headlights, Mark.
There you go, yeah.
Okay. We're all set then, right?
We need a
You got those
motion to
dates?
adjourn.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But I want to thank everybody. Hey, I miss you guys. I
Yeah.
really do, getting together and shooting the breeze. And Kathy, thank you for keeping us straight.
Yep, you're welcome.
Kirsten, thank you to a steady hand on the helm down there.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know
Glad to do it.
it's not easy.
Mhm.
You guys
All
are
right.
doing a fantastic job. It's
you.
amazing. Amazing. You've made it look easy.
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give Kirsten most of it. Kirsten's been awesome, and I think she's working harder now than she was during the regular school year.
There's no question about that.
It's
She's got a-
hard. It's a lot of stuff, but
Yep.
it's all good.
Let's see how fast she can whip out the
And
cell
thank
phone.
you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kirsten. And thank you all the
You're welcome.
teachers too. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
one more point I wanted to make. We're just waiting for the survey, and we'll get that to you fairly soon. The result of the parent survey. It's
Okay, that'd be great.
to be honest, it's pretty positive. So
Wonderful. And
Good.
that which isn't, we may have something to learn.
that's
Mhm.
right.
So, all right, I'm open for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I move that we adjourn.
I second it.
All right. Now we have to do an auditory roll call. All in favor? Donnell,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Tina? Yes. We are now adjourned. Thank you
Yep.
all.
Thank you, guys.
7:47. You did
Have a
well.
good
Take
week.
care.
Seeing you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me get out of here.